So as we've mentioned in previous videos, Elizabeth has really been too ill this summer with her lung issues to tend the garden much, and I have been too busy, haven't had the time or the energy either. So anyway, I'm going to try to harvest what little bit we have out of this disaster behind me before the frost comes. Hey everybody, I'm Bill with Live Simple, Live Free. You see our mess back here? You know, Elizabeth loves gardening. I built these beds for her because she wanted to be able to garden without getting down on her knees. She absolutely loves to do it. But she's been too sick this summer with the lung issues. She hasn't had the energy or the strength to get out and do it. I basically committed to helping her. I built the garden beds for her. And when she's out here doing it, if she needs some help, I'll be here to do it. But quite frankly, it's not my passion. I really don't enjoy gardening all that much, though I do understand the necessity of gardening for prepping purposes, and as the food shortages get worse and worse, I guarantee you, as the urgency comes, I'll get more into it. But anyway, since I'm not really motivated to do it, and I come home so exhausted from working on the renovation house that we're doing, I haven't been able to do much with it anyway either. But we have our first frost warning coming tonight, so there is still some stuff in here that I'm going to try to harvest before the frost. So let me show you what we've got. So here we had a bed of winter squash, and over here we had a bed of pumpkins. And last year we had some kind of a borer worm that gets into the plant right at the base where the root comes out of the ground, and it digs into the stem and it kills the plant. This year we had the same problem. This whole thing was completely filled with the plants. You see the green plants that were completely filled with that, and then those worms hit and destroyed both of these beds, and Elizabeth wasn't here to battle them. Apparently there's some things you can do, and I don't know anything about it. So this is what's left. We do have a few things here I can harvest. So after those boring worms did their thing and pretty much destroyed this bed, we do have some new growth coming up that survived it, and you can see right here, there's a new squash growing there. There's another new one. Unfortunately, with the frost coming tonight, the plant's not going to survive, and those aren't going to go anywhere. But you can see they're still trying. So here's the squash that I was able to salvage out of the garden. That'll make a little bit of good eating for a little while anyway. And then we have this one pumpkin, but that didn't survive. I went to harvest it. It's all soft and mushy, so I don't know what happened, but that's not good. Now this bed is exclusively sweet potatoes and weeds. But we have this one pepper plant right here that's doing beautifully, and I didn't understand it because we didn't plant any peppers. I don't remember ever planting peppers. And then Elizabeth reminded me that last year Molly planted a pepper plant in here, and this is, I guess, volunteer from that. So we got some beautiful peppers here. I don't even know what they are. I don't know if they're hot, mild. They look hot to me. I don't know. But I'm going to harvest them all and put them in a bowl, and then we'll go from there. I think this pepper plant would be particularly vulnerable to the frost that's going to happen tonight. The sweet potatoes underneath, I'm not going to worry about them. It may kill the plant on top, but the sweet potatoes will still survive fine underneath. Yeah, some of these are overripe, starting to get a little soft, but I'll just take them all off and then I'll sort them out inside. So what do you think? That's quite a harvest of peppers, huh? And as I started harvesting these, digging around in there, I discovered that this is actually quite a few pepper plants. See there? There's 4 of them right there. A couple more in here. So they're definitely volunteers from the pepper plant that we had here last year. Now I just got to figure out what to do with them. So how brave am I? Let me try one. See if it's hot or not. Oh, it's not. Wow. It's not hot, it's just a beautiful red sweet pepper. I like that. Right out of the garden about 2 minutes ago. Excellent. Now all of this is asparagus, which we obviously have not harvested. Asparagus has to grow for several years before you can start to harvest it. This is the second season. At the beginning of the year, when they first started coming up, we got about 3 or 4 little stalks of asparagus that we've harvested and ate. They were absolutely delicious, but we haven't touched it since then. And since then, the asparagus bed has grown considerably. So next year, we should be able to harvest some good asparagus in the spring. And then all of that back there, this right here, is some kind of a monster weed. I don't know what it's called, but I do know it has a taproot that is about this big around, and it goes down at least 3 feet. And it's a real bear to get rid of. So I'm going to have to actually dig it out with a shovel, I think, in preparation for next year. So that was the extent of our harvest from this year. We got a bunch of winter squash, and we got some lovely peppers, and the asparagus, we're not harvesting that, but it's getting well established. So hopefully by next year we can get some asparagus. So now, I'm not going to do this now, but everything else is here is just has to be cleaned up and get ready for next year. So anyway, there it is. Now out here we did plant tomatoes and cucumbers, and we got a harvest of tomatoes all through the summer, though they're pretty smashed down now. I don't know what happened to them. But we also planted cucumbers in here and did not get one cucumber. I don't know what happened, because last year we planted cucumbers and they grew all the way up here and we got a huge bumper crop of cucumbers. This year, not so much.
I really appreciated Bill getting all this stuff picked. We've gotten tomatoes. We've still got a bunch of sweet potatoes that are kind of safely underground. We have beautiful volunteer red peppers here. They're little, they're kind of sweet with the tiniest hint of heat. Heat that Molly says she can taste. Bill can't even taste it because he likes hot heat. But I mean, aren't they lovely? We've been giving them away and trying to figure out how to use them. And then I've got a bunch of these beautiful squash here, acorn squash and Hubbard squash, or whatever kind that is. So we did get some harvest out of the garden, and I think that's really awesome. And we really did enjoy the tomatoes. So, and my one pumpkin. Alrighty, well, I appreciate so much Bill doing this, and appreciate all of your love and your prayers. So you guys just continue to be blessed, live simple, live free, and we both love you, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.